zealous, divine, heavenly pleasure in every bite.
I heard recently these so-called kings saying that Sarath Fonseka does not love this country. After sustaining critical injuries on the battlefield and facing deadly bomb explosions, the very person who led the effort to end the war has now been branded a traitor. I have to make a revelation about the leader who made this statement. In 2009, the Sri Lankan army had surrounded Pudukkuderipu from 3 sides and we only had to advance 10 more kilometers. On January 26, 2009, we captured Mulathu and within 12 hours we advanced much closer to Pudukkuderipu from the south. On the 27th, Gotabaya Rajapaksa called me and reminded me that it had been 2.5 years since we entered this phase of the war. He asked if I was exhausted and told me to take some rest, suggesting that I hand over my duties to Jagat Jayasuriya in Vaunia. At that point, we were just a few steps away from victory, yet he asked me to give up my opportunity to someone else. They already knew that Prabhakaran and his group were about to be destroyed, but they wanted me to step aside and delay their downfall. I refused and vowed to end the war within a month. Afterwards, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa announced a ceasefire between January 31st and February 1st. Our Security Council completely rejected this decision. The 48-hour ceasefire gave the LTTE an opportunity to regroup and launch an attack. As a result, my army had to retreat 5 kilometers and I lost around 500 soldiers. That ceasefire was granted to give Prabhakaran and his group a chance to escape. During this period, they held discussions with individuals like Eric Solheim. However, Prabhakaran was a fool. He believed he could still win by launching attacks during those 2 days. He didn't escape. He continued to attack and that is why he lost. Ask Mahinda Rajapaksa why he declared that ceasefire between January 31st and February 1st. In 2005, he won the presidential election by offering $2 million worth of bribes because Prabhakaran barred Tamil voters from casting votes. He was already thinking about how to win again in 2010, and while you were waiting to celebrate the end of the war, his focus was on how to not lose the votes of the Tamil community due to Prabhakaran's death. That is the mentality of Mahinda Rajapaksa.
මම කොහොමද 2010 ජනාධිපතිවරයා ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න කියලා. ඔය මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂගේ මානසිකත්වය